All right, everyone. So this is very exciting. This guy Callum found me on LinkedIn. He saw the post about the rug pull. He saw that I was hiring and he put it together and reached out to me out of compassion. So he's not like these other devs. The other devs I found on Fiverr, some of them are really shady. They don't even want to show themselves on screen. He's going to be coming in here in any moment, and so is Furquan. Furqan is the AI dev that was originally working with this guy Hassani, who I hired on Fiverr. Hassani hired him to do the work because Hassani wasn't really quite figuring it out. Furqan admitted he said it wasn't really built right, and he knows how to build it better. But Hassani kept moving forward. I offered to pay him because he was making something possible, and in some videos it looked like he had an MVP that was working. So I did pay him for essentially getting the framework set up, but it wasn't good enough because it would extract the name and put it in the address spot, or the address and put it in the name spot, and it wasn't really quite clear. But Furkan really knows how to put it together. At least Hassani built kind of like a template and all of the other user experience processes for the project. But Hassani is the backend developer who's going to make the magic happen. He can get it down to one signature per second. So that's a game changer. The petition industry hires people typing manually. They do about 100 signatures in an hour. Now we can do 100 signatures in 100 seconds. So it's a huge difference. And Callum's going to join us here in about a minute. And then Furkan hopefully will be able to be here today. Otherwise, we'll have uh, no problem. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be great to get these guys together. Now, another reason why I like Callum, not just did he find me on Fiverr and he reached out of compassion, not just because he saw a job. He did see the job, but he wants to help the project. He loves the project, it sounds like, and I don't think he's just giving me lip service. He's genuinely interested in it, and he sees how it helps him in the UK as a UK citizen. But it's the factor that he's in the UK, for Khan's in the UK, they can work together. When we connect for Khan's work with Callum's work, that's where we have this escrow service for the petition industry. They'll take over the entire industry. And I hope we can get things going rapidly here soon. Just starting with the fundraiser. So if you watch this video, the best thing you can do is join us in Telegram. It's the at symbol BallotAI network. And we're going to bring back this project that got destroyed by a scammer, but he can't end the fight that I have in my heart just because he stole the money. And we're going to sue him and we're going to win. And Callum is coming on in. Callum's going to build a smart contract fundraiser. Thanks, Callum. For people that maybe didn't see the other video, all right, like we're just starting scratch, please tell people what you do and what your potential is. And I can pull up the screen of your other project here. But
Mhm.
yeah, give people a little reason why you'd be the best person to work on this project.
Mhm. Yes. Hello, everyone.
Oh, 1 second. Furkan's coming on right in. Furkan is here. Hello, Furkan. I see your mic is muted. Uh, but yeah, Callum's about to introduce himself. If you can, if you're watching right now, that's great. I'd love to see you come on in here if your camera works, or your mic. Well, I'll let Callum introduce himself, and we'll go ahead and he can tell us why he'd be the best blockchain developer for this project.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, let me start with this thing. So, I'm a blockchain developer with over 7 years of experience, and I started my career as a blockchain developer since the pandemic periods. And I have developed so many dApps and DeFi's on many chains such as Ethereum, Solana, and Cosmos-based chains, and Ton chain also. And I started my career with Ethereum chain, and at the time, building dApps and DeFi's is very popular on Ethereum chain. I built smart contracts in Solidity and deployed using hard hat and remix like aid tools, and I built so many wonderful dApps such as pre-sales, ICOs, stakings, and NFT marketplace. And after that, after Solana was invented by Anatoly, and I soon got to know about the potential strength of the Solana chain, low transaction fee. So I channeled my efforts into the development of Solana chain, and I built lots of the apps and DeFi's and also on Solana. And one of the most laudable projects I have recently built is the token launch platform on Solana chain. The bundling is one of the most wonderful technology on Solana chain, and it enables token launchers launch their own token by initially buying their own tokens with 24 wallets. Yeah, my platform, 24 wallets using data bundling so as to prevent from other snipers sniping, so as to prevent loss. And my platform, pumpkit.io, is just a platform, the token launch platform, as I mentioned before. And it also generates 24 wallets for the initial buying. And you can also provide volume-based service on Solana chain. And you can also launch your own token using this platform. You can enter your own token name, token info, token decimal, token image, and also you can add your own prefix, such like pump or your own desired prefix at the end of your token, CA. Yeah. That is just other platform I have developed in the past. Yes, so if you connect your wallet and generate the 24 wallets, sniping wallets, that is just your wallets that can snipe and initial buy your token at the time of the token creation. And that is the staking. No, that is the DAO platform, bro. This is
Yeah, the
token launch
DAO.
platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the
That's the
DAO
DAO.
platform.
This is the token
Yeah,
launch.
yeah. And DAO, I think you all know about DAO. DAO stands for decentralized autonomous organization, and decisions aren't made by certain CEO or boards of this maybe directors. Instead, everything is decided by the community. Yeah, token holders using blockchain-based smart contracts to ensure transparency and fairness. And people who are part of the DAO ecosystem typically hold certain type of tokens, governance token, which is called governance token, and they can take part in the voting. And when someone wants to suggest a change, or like updating a rewards system or modifying a smart contract, they can suggest that kind of proposal. And every participant who hold the token can take part in the election, and they can make a adequate decision by using DAO platform. And that is just a DAO platform I have developed in the past. And I deployed the smart contracts in Rust language. I have written smart contracts in Rust language using Anchor framework and deployed that smart contract. And every token holder can have the power to vote, and they have the strength and performance as to the amount of the token holding. And the last one, I sent you the Telegram bot link, Pump Fund Token Launch bot. Yes, and that is just it. Yeah, Telegram bots that can perfectly work on Telegram, and they can provide services, token launch services to the Telegram users, and it can have that Telegram bot. You can have your own projects, several projects by using that Telegram, and you can launch your own pump fund tokens using this bot. And this bot also supports for 16 wallet sniping, and pump swap was recently introduced, and by using this bot, you can migrate your token to the pump swap directly, and also Radium. Awesome. And apart from that, I have also developed so many NFT marketplace platforms. But my past clients wanted to be private enough, so I can't share those kind of links privately. But if you want me another links for my proof, for the proof of my expertise, I can share it to you. And there's such like this. I have lots of and deep expertise in Solana chain, Anchor framework, and blockchain technology. So that is just the reason why I sincerely want to work with your crypto practitioner, because I see your project has lots of potential to be advancing in the future, to attract lots of investors and lots of users. So I'm very interested in this position, and I want to get positive feedback from community.
Thank you. What experience do you have facing challenges regarding transparency or just integrity of protection over blockchains and security? Have you ever had situations where there was real security challenges and you had to overcome them?
Security challenges, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there are so many security challenges on blockchain, and even there are so many scandals. There are so many events, big events on blockchain, such as Bybit hack. Yeah, I heard that Bybit hackers, hacked this Bybit ecosystem using security flaws in smart contract. And so we have to ensure all the smart contracts we deployed is the perfect and flawless. And so there are so many ways we can ensure the smart contract security. And the first one is we have to ensure the correctness every smart contract's functionality. Yeah, and we should also keep the security of the smart contract at a reasonable level. And we should also uh, inherit the standard protocols such as ERC 721 and ERC 20 and ERC 1155, like those kind of standard protocols. And we also use battle tested libraries like OpenZeppelin for Ethereum chains, and we should follow secure design principles and also implemented automated and manual auditing tools. And for the bigger project, we should also implement DevOps practices such as CI/CD, continuous employment and continuous development. And also we can undergo penetration test to find the security flaws existing on smart contracts. And and what else can be? We should also encourage double the security usage for the users, and we should
yeah.
also use secured and decentralized oracles such as Python Chainlink rather than using the other unnamed and unfamous oracles. And uh, for the DAO and governance security, I think we should introduce time logs for proposal execution to allow community review. And also we should require quorum and majority to avoid low voter exploits. Yeah, and all in all, I can explain in about 5 ways for keeping the security of the blockchain project. So first, we should we shouldn't use unsafe CPIs, cross-programming innovations, and we should also avoid account ownership problem and sign of validation like problems. And we'll also keep the reasonable level of audits and penetration test for every project. And also we should keep the reasonable level of authority management for every smart contract. Yeah, that's all what I think about the security of the project.
That's great. Just curious, have you ever worked with these kind of blockchain domains and is that another measure of security? Because I got some domains originally on unstoppable domains when they were just getting known. You remember hearing about unstoppable domains?
Unstoppable?
Yeah, unstoppabledomains.com.
Yeah. Uh, I think you mentioned about the hosting or GoDaddy like platform.
Hostinger, I'm familiar with as well.
Hmm? Yeah, I'm also mostly familiar with hosting on GoDaddy.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, and I am the expert in using these kind of platforms, Hostinger and GoDaddy. I
Okay.
can upload web platforms, and the reason why I fondly use Hostinger is that we can prevent blowfish problem when we host our websites on Hostinger.
Okay, great. Yeah, I remember having that problem originally with blowfish. And yeah, we got rid of it. So that was crazy to me. I'm trying to understand, how did Blowfish get rid of the warnings for this code when it was riddled with backdoors? I mean, is that maybe that's not their job? At first, they were given a warning saying, hey, if you mess with these smart contracts, you could risk losing your assets. It had those red warning signs. And then they got rid of them. We got rid of it, but it really did have a bunch of backdoors. Is that something that just Blowfish is not really set to do? Like, what do you think happened
Yeah,
there?
yeah. In my career, I also witnessed that kind of problems in the past,
Mm,
and I also have had some calls with Blowfish team, the guy who lives in Australia and also the guy who lives in United States. And at
okay.
the time, they maybe have their own engine to check the security of the smart contracts and security of the DApps and defines. And but if we first for keeping the blow, maybe for running away from the blowfish warnings, we should use the verified domains provided by hosting or GoDaddy, like verified domain provider services, I think. And we should also keep the security of the smart contract at the reasonable level. And there are so many scams such like using airdrop or pre-sale like the apps. Yeah, they try to let the users connect their wallets, and they try to rob the users maybe tokens or USDC like valuable tokens. But Blowfish, the main mission of the Blowfish is to stop those kind of evil actions. So I think the main maybe mission of the Blowfish is to stop any kind of suspicious websites, suspicious of these the apps at first. So in my opinion, the best way is to use host maybe websites, maybe URLs, domains given by the verified domain service providers, and also use high security smart contracts.
Okay, great. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm really
Mhm.
happy about that. Furquan is in here. I wish we could get him to introduce himself. He must be having a little problems, but this guy is the AI dev. He can build the AI that will solve the problems in the petition industry, connect to a USDC smart contract. So we want to have some kind of trigger. Oh, he said a minute, please. That's great. Where the AI is signaling that it's time to release some USDC to the appropriate party. I don't know if that's called an API call. And we would have just such an amazing collaboration. You guys are both in the UK, not too far from each other. And I would love to visit the UK. I mean, I would love to travel, and they need some referendums out there. There's really some things that the voters want to decide on with the parliament and all the political challenges that could really use our project. And just like here
Mhm.
at home, here in the US, like there's a lot of people that need it. So we need to start with this fundraising program that's really, really simple. But we had the original one set up on Telegram. Do you think that's the best way to go, or are there any other options that might be better as far as security or feasibility? One other developer mentioned something about Discord, although I've never seen that. I've seen Telegram with its TON blockchain actually integrating everything.
Yeah, Telegram will be fine, bro.
Is there a way that we can do it where people still check in through a website on Hostinger with their own wallet, though, with their own seed phrase, so they're not getting a randomly generated wallet on the Telegram?
People believe in Telegram, and there are so many maybe wonderful Telegram bots such as Banana Gun, Bunkbot, Trojan Bot. Yeah, and
Mhm.
they're all working on Telegram. Yeah, they're not working on Discord. And I think
Yeah.
the most famous bots, especially on crypto fields, are working on Telegram. So what is my advice is we have to build a fundraising bot on Telegram and advertise it and market it. Yeah, that is one kind of sausage bot. I mean, so we can establish multi-level referral system, and we can give bonus to the referees, give bonus to the people who refer those friends, corresponding amount of ratio of the
Yeah.
invite value. And that is one kind of solution for us to raise our funds in shorter span of time. That is my recommendation.
Okay, great. You know what? As I'm checking my email, I'm logging into Unstoppable Domains anyway because I bought a domain through them that was a .dow, and it was way back, and I want to just make sure I still have access to it. It was directdemocracy.dow. I think it's just like the
Mhm.
perfect domain, but we have a bunch of other ones we can work with. Let's see what I have under my domains. Yeah, I have directdemocracy.dow. I have directdemocracy.nft. I have edemocracy.crypto, edemocracy.dow, initiativequorum.dow. That's the debate platform. This is a whole nother idea. Imagine Reddit where people upvote and downvote, but the best blogs that are in this case, it's a debate platform for policy. They win cryptocurrency. So we reward those who are writing the best policy arguments. It's basically an argument platform, a debate platform, if you will, where the best debates backed by the most facts are aggregated to the top, and people are upvoting and downvoting things that they see value in that they can find proofs in. And we want to create a dynamic e-democracy so that people can really start finding consensus on facts, help get rid of fake news that's out there. Like right now, one of the things, my mom, bless her soul, she's a diehard liberal, and she's saying, "Oh, Trump's violating the emulsion clause, and he got a plane from Saudi Arabia." I said, "Mom, the media is telling you about this." I was getting in a debate with Jack, her boyfriend, and I was like, Jack, prove to me that it's signed over to him. Because as far as he said, Trump said, quote, anyone who believes the plane is in my possession for me personally is an idiot, end quote. And I kind of believe him because he said it's going to the National Library. It's going to be U.S. property. It's going to be part of Air Force One and then the National Library, and it's just going to be on in the museum. And I was like, unless you have the actual proof of like a invoice that says it's in Donald Trump's name, we can we have to recognize that the media is just going to spew these things. It is proof that back in I think it was the 1960s, the CIA created something called Operation Mockingbird, where they decided they were going to take over all the media agencies and plant their CIA agents and their CIA narratives in the news so that all of their anchors would basically regurgitate the same information like a mockingbird, saying the same things over and over. Because if the people hear it enough, they eventually will believe it's true. And they have never got rid of Operation Mockingbird. So I was just trying to prove to her that, look, you have to understand you're under Operation Mockingbird right now. Do you have any proof that this exists just other than the media said it a million times? And she doesn't. Jack doesn't. I said, you guys are going to have to put $20 down on this bet next time. Anytime you want to bring up a political argument. So I promised them, like, what I want to do is build this out. But yeah, I have some great domains I can show you. Um, well, I'm just mentioning them. Directdemocracy.dow. That one sounds really good, though. Um,
Sounds great.
I also have voluntarist.crypto, which would be part of the economic lift idea, and liftprotocol.dow. So that's so cool. And also for my martial arts, I got immortalkungfu.dow.
Martial arts.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have
because
a
I'm a
lot
martial
of
artist.
martial
I'm
arts.
thinking about all the top people that do this, like my guys
Kung
in
Fu.
Nigeria.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Kung
yeah,
Fu. Yeah.
yeah. My guys in Nigeria, they get threatened all the time. My guy Emmy had a guy murdered close to him in the street by a gang, and he's very afraid for
Bruce
his
Lee.
life.
So you're fond of Bruce Lee.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Bruce Lee's great. Um, so I'm thinking also, because I want to inherently bring my personality into this project, that we're going to set it up where this fundraiser is like yin and yang. Half of the fundraiser contribution goes to the voluntarist program for fundraising, the economiclift.com program. And the other half goes to this BallotAI program at ballot.now.site, ballot.ai. And that way they work in harmony because when petitioners are out there collecting signatures in the streets, they can hand out coupons for local businesses. Also, that could be a way to get them to sign. Say, hey, we got some coupons for local businesses. Could you check it out? Come check it out. And then people say, oh, yeah, what's this? Oh, you shop at the local business. Every time you shop, they get a donation to your favorite charity or cause. And we're also doing this petition here today. And then they could present them with a petition, like a great segue into the petition. And if people are just talking about politics in the street, it's sometimes not interesting. No, I'm not interested. But if they get a free coupon, That's cool. And it's free for everybody, so it's not a bribe, even if they don't want to sign the petition. So they can't say it's a bribe. But those two programs work hand in hand. And I did this once at the ASU campus, and we were giving out pizza and pizza coupons. We had a bunch of open pizzas. The pizza place hooked us up with pizzas. We showed up on campus. We were giving out free slices. We had all these people signing petitions. So I see this fundraiser as having like a yin yang motif where people recognize we're going to fundraise behind these two programs together because they work hand in hand and they're huge ecosystems. But we have to start somewhere. Both these ecosystems need strength in numbers. In order to put initiatives on the ballot, you need clout. You need a lot of people. If you need to put pressure on politicians, you need a lot of people. If you need a new politician, you need people to vote and win that. If you are going to fundraise for charities, you also need a lot of donations. You need a lot of micro donations. Instead of all the credit cards getting all the money,
Mhm.
now it's money that's going to
Yeah,
stay in the community. The white
yeah.
paper is so good. It breaks down all of these case reports of local currencies that have boomed their economy as soon as they started keeping their money local. And I had that experience teaching people how to onboard businesses and bring them into a fundraising program. They just didn't have a blockchain back then. So we have an opportunity for you to help build that. And there may be a couple other devs that join on. You can let me know. I'm very loyal. That's sometimes to a fault. Because, like even with my other dev, I was so loyal and I trusted him too much. I trusted Fiverr. I didn't get an audit in time. But I'm looking forward to this because I want to move forward with you quickly, like this week. So I know you said you had family and plans, but we need to start making money now. We're seeing Bitcoin reaching an all-time high,
Yeah,
111,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
144.
80H,
We want to
80
start getting
Bitcoin.
this fundraiser now. Another idea I thought of was on the EVM networks, base chain, but there's all these Bitcoin EVM layers, like one called Bob I checked out, built on Bitcoin. And how cool would it be to maybe even build a fundraiser on that? Because Bitcoin's all the hype. It's still going to take the max. And these Bitcoin layer twos are so undervalued. They have so much potential to absorb even more of the Bitcoin wealth than Bitcoin itself. Just like all of the layer twos of Ethereum have now taken more of the Ethereum wealth into them. That if we get in on some of these Bitcoin layer twos early, I think that could be a huge key. The only reason why I like Base Chain is because we could get in with Coinbase. They have
Mhm,
they have Coinbase wrapped Bitcoin.
mhm,
They spend millions on lobbyists already. So we could
mhm,
just put initiatives on the ballot for the Bitcoin Reserve, no problem. I've already got the language for that. I have the language for, because I write policy. I've written it for 5 years. If you type in my name, you're going to see me on Ballotpedia, and I've been in the news a few times. I wrote policy for making Bitcoin, or excuse me, all cryptocurrency tax-free legal tender for the state of Arizona, just like gold and silver. And we can do that for all the states. And that's something
Okay.
that Coinbase would love. So I think base chain's good. But what do you think about this idea? Is there any way that even maybe on our first reiteration, or maybe it's a second reiteration once our funds come up, that when people get their payment from the referrals, there's any way that it could possibly, like, I'm thinking something neat where like it could cross chain or give people almost like a portfolio of coins that we see or we vote on in our DAO that would give us the most value as this bull market takes off. Like I'm trying to think of like future. I can't wait till we build this because one of the first things we want to build is a DAO as our next step, so people can vote on these ideas of upgrades. Because I definitely like the built on blockchain on Bitcoin. Do you know of any other Bitcoin EVM chains? Like what
Yeah,
else is
bro.
out there? Isn't there one called
I'm
Core? Is
familiar.
that one of them?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Bitcoin Rune and all these, and
Oh, Rune.
I'm also familiar with Sats Terminal SDK. Sats
Right.
Terminal works as an aggregator for
No,
buying and
but
selling
we want like a
Rune
big
token.
ecosystem. Like Rune is still kind of small and like they're tiny, right? Like they're
Mhm.
very small. Like and Bob is up and coming only because it's connected to the EVM. There's so many bridges to it from Ethereum right now. But does Rune? I don't think Runes has the bridges from Ethereum right now, right?
Mhm.
So like I'm trying to think where do we get the most liquidity? Like we could probably put this in AI and it would be a good brainstormer. I was thinking about starting on Solana only because we have the token on
Yeah, that would be
Solana.
great. Yeah, that would be
However,
great.
if we create a solid system on base or something at the same time, we can always create a bridge later. People could still buy the Solana token expecting that when we build the bridge, all the people who did fundraising on the EVM will also get some tokens as like an airdrop. I
Okay, okay,
currently have
great.
25% of total supply, so we have a good amount for airdrops.
Yeah, so the first step is to create a fundraising board on Solana chain, and then next we can navigate to the base chain. Okay.
Okay. That sounds cool.
Oh,
Solana is nice and quick and easy to use. I like that because Solana is the easiest for onboarding. You can get onto Solana from PayPal and Venmo right now.
yes, that is just the most great, I think, are maybe the advantage of Solana chain. You can purchase your Solana with any kind of sex like Kraken, Mexi, Coinbase.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So I think we can go with Solana first.
that sounds great. Yeah, I can't wait to have a follow-up. We have a total of 40 minutes, and after this, I'm going to be going to bed. It's 2:41. I have to be up at technically at like 8. But you know how these things go? If like you're super excited and you're passionate about what you're doing, sleep doesn't really matter anymore. At least for me.
Mhm.
Like I'll burn myself up and I'll catch up on sleep. But it's almost like my body goes into like another mode of like existence where I get into like deeper sleep so I can still function. Like I don't know, like I've been there before. Like it's like a higher state of consciousness when you're really
Yeah,
absorbed in what you're excited about what you're
yeah.
doing. Like
I'm
excitement
also
is fuel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm also the night owl, and whenever I encounter exciting and potential projects, I always burn midnight oils to finish the project in time. Yeah, I
I
think
like
every
that.
technical guys, that is one kind of common point. I think.
Well, dude, like I'm right at the verge of getting some more business capital. I have my own crypto. I have a big bag of crypto. I'm trying not to spend that until like, the bull market's really going up. I'll maybe do a little trading. But I'm trying to get some rare altcoins that will give me a lot of value. But I have like about 30K in personal credit. I just started building credit a few years ago, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm pretty much willing to put all of my personal credit into the marketing of the smart contract as needed, just to like get the 5 to 10K back to sue the developer because he'll be subpoenaed. We got payback.com out of Israel that's got the ability to get that possibly in a matter of weeks. They can subpoena MEXC exchange. We know he did that. We can subpoena PayPal and we can subpoena Fiverr. So we can get this guy to realize that his days are done. He's going to end up paying us probably about 100 grand back. And then that will quickly give us leverage to boost everything. But how fast do you think you could get this Solana Telegram bot smart contract fundraiser going? If you were to really just like burn the midnight
Uh,
oil and get it done.
about 1 week, I can release MVP.
Amazing. What's the difference between MVP and the next stage?
MVP has all the functionalities, and
Oh, okay.
I will receive the first feedbacks from you, and I will finalize the bots within 5 days. So all
Okay.
in all, I will need maybe 10 days to
Okay.
finalize.
All right, great. And I can find you on Upwork. I'll need you to send me your link on Upwork. And then,
Yeah, yeah, I will
yeah, yeah.
send you a link to our bot, okay, on
Okay.
Telegram.
Yeah. And then,
Do you want to
as
proceed? Yeah,
go ahead.
do you want to proceed on Upwork?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the safety of everything, like just for the
Yeah, yeah,
integrity.
guys.
Like I
It's
have
just
no
safe.
doubt
Yeah,
of trusting you with everything, but it's good for compliance. And
yeah, yeah.
then
Yeah. I also want that. I also want
okay,
that.
great. Yeah, and
So
I'll give you
I
great
have.
reviews, of course. That's always good.
Thank you.
I'm going to do my diligence from my community. No matter what, I'm going to also find a third party auditor that will audit your
Yeah,
code anyway,
of
right?
course, of course, of course,
Yeah.
bro. And
So
how much budget do you expect for this fundraising boards?
Um, I'm not sure if this video is supposed to go to the community and be public, so I'm not sure if we want to talk about the budget on
Mhm.
this video. We might just
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about the prices and stuff
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh,
independently. We
sorry,
can do
sorry
that through
about that.
tele.
Sorry.
No problem. No, I had done that before, but I think that's good because then it's just like, you're a businessman and like I don't want to
Mm,
I don't want to
yeah. So yes,
do the bargaining like just necessarily right here. We could have another meeting. So how about tomorrow, when you're available after I do my real estate course? It's going to be, afternoon, or we could even be tomorrow night if you have any time, like around this time if you needed,
tomorrow, tomorrow,
which would be your next
tomorrow.
morning or
Yeah, I will have. some kind of rest tomorrow. How
Sure.
about day after tomorrow?
Yeah, that
Wednesday,
sounds great.
Monday. Monday.
Yeah, I would love to do that where we can meet up. We can
Yeah,
go
I
over
will
like
say
a
this.
bidding
Yeah,
process and get a good deal, and then
mm,
I'll get on Upwork, and I would love to get that started. Like,
yes.
it's
So do you
awesome.
have an account on Upwork?
No, but I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, so you
If I
can
did, I
create
think I
your own.
might have made one a long time ago. I have never used it though.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
you can create your own account and post this job, and you can hire me, or you can DM me on Upwork, and
perfect.
you can hire me anything you want.
Okay, great.
Great.
Wonderful. All right. Well, have a great day off and rest, and we'll follow up soon. I guess
Okay.
just a few more minutes. I guess I'd just be curious. Are you currently working on any other projects? Did you have any other gigs on Upwork of people waiting on you or anything?
Yeah, bro. You can, as you can. Yep, I will send you my link to Upwork. Yep, and you can see that I have already completed 2 projects on Upwork sites.
Oh, just a
One
couple.
project is yeah, one project is full stack developments, and one project is also blockchain developments.
Okay.
And uh, I'm absolutely free at the moment. I can start to work immediately, so
Oh,
you don't need
amazing.
to worry about that.
Oh, I'd
Yes,
love to hear
and
that.
yeah, but frankly speaking, I my success is 75%, and that is just I canceled Solana not validated setup with the client in my country, United Kingdom, and she's very so complicated, and he changed his mind. He changed his requirements since the project is processing. So I
Oh,
canceled the
yeah, that's
project
tricky.
with him.
Oh,
And so
okay.
please understand about my success because 75%.
Oh, okay. No worries. I'll help boost you up there because we
Yeah,
have a
thank
really
you.
clear understanding. I've written this document
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah,
gone over
yeah.
this many
Congrats.
times. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
It'd be
But
great. Oh,
what I can say for sure is that I'm fully doxed on Upwork and also on LinkedIn, and you can
yep.
so
LinkedIn.
100%
That's
believe
why
in
I
me.
like
And
you. I like you because you
yeah.
found me on LinkedIn. And what was the post or what was it that you saw that stood out to you that made you want to really reach out to me? What?
Yeah, right. You posted sorry community scammer Syrian such like per post and article, and
Yeah,
at first I was very impressed,
yeah.
and so
I
I
just wanted you
decided
to say that again. I actually already knew that, but see, everyone, this guy, unlike the other devs, actually saw my post. Out of all the people out there, he saw my post and he reached out to me saying, "I'm really sorry that this happened. You know, I really like to help you." And it's different. It's different, like than me going looking. And I have all these friends and all these people that follow me, and I got very little sympathy from other people that aren't devs. So it's a miracle. It's a beautiful thing to have sympathy from a dev that saw this. Is like, oh my gosh, this guy got hurt. I could help him. We could make this come back. It's a great idea. So I love that. And you're also in the UK, right where Furquan is. Furquan, I know you've had some troubles. We'll get you on here sometime soon. But Furquan is an awesome AI developer, and I know that you guys will work some magic, and we could take over the entire petition industry, and it will just be incredible. So we got a long ways ahead. I mean, this is like billion-dollar project. So you do this right, we do this. Just the fundraiser alone can make us a ton of money. But beyond that, once we get these contracts, I mean, you could code just for the love of it, but you wouldn't have to be on Upwork. You'd have so many. The equity of this program is going to be in the multi-millions of dollars. There's only 52 NFTs for the states of the United States that are designed to have the core equity of Ballot AI. It's in the white paper. They're gonna get a huge faction, and then there's going to be another round of NFTs where people get equity because when we can undercut these other contracts by when the core cost is like a hundredth of what it used to be, we just have profit margin now. And who am I to be
Mhm.
greedy and just think, oh, I'm just going to do this all for myself? I want the whole world to have
Mhm.
equity in our direct democracy processes that
Mhm.
are very governments that allow us to decide what policies we want. We should own that. It shouldn't be run by some private companies that just do it for their own money that don't have any real interest in it. That's a problem with what's going on in the US. And the companies don't care when the petition industry gets attacked, they don't stand
Mhm.
up for it. When
Mhm.
petitioners get false arrested, like myself, I got arrested
Mhm.
once, was thrown into prison for like 2 days in a holding cell before I could get bail myself out. They didn't. No one came to save me. But in this system, it's going to be like for the people, by the people. It's going to be 100% that we want to have like that petitioner's safety fund as well to protect the workers in the street. And then most importantly, those million-dollar contractors that they know that they're paying for exactly what they want because that blockchain. is perfect for them to know that they're not overpaying when they have the AI and we have the escrow service to pay the stable coins. They're going to only pay for the value that they're getting from the petitioners. There's not going to be any middlemen, corruption, skimming off the top like they always have been for since the beginning of this industry. So it's going to be a beautiful thing. The future of the
Okay.
world is ours, my friend. I hope you have a blessed day. It's great talking with you.
Yeah. Nice
So
talking to you.
motivating. And we will talk soon. Catch you in a
Yeah.
couple days.
See you.
See ya.
Bye.
Take care.